Alright, what up guys? 80-20 Fit back at it again. And as you guys can see, we're warming up. We're getting ready for a good shoulder workout. I have Aldo right here next to me. Say hi, Aldo.
What up guys? Welcome to 80-20 Fit's video on shoulders, and I'm giving you back to Hector.
Alright, well, right now we're starting off, before we get into our shoulder workout, we're starting off warming up, making sure to get that blood flow going into our shoulders, making sure we're nice warmed up to prevent any injuries. Honestly, I've had plenty of injuries with my elbows and shoulders because of not properly taking care of myself before I started my heavy lifting. So as you guys can see, that's another tip that I give you guys. Make sure to properly warm up, making sure you use lightweight like Aldo's using right now, just using the bar, making sure to get that movement going before he puts on any weight at all. But anyways, as you guys can see, we're going to start off with the standing push press. And honestly, this is probably a workout that I'm not really familiar with. I try to follow all those posture for this one, so I'm gonna let him explain to you how to properly start out this workout.
Yeah, so basically for the push press, the biggest thing is you want to remember everything that you do, every movement comes from your core. So the biggest thing for this movement is to make sure you maintain a tight core throughout the movement. You don't want to be weak at the core, because then it leads to weakness at the shoulders as well as weakness at the knees and arms. So make sure to keep a tight core, squeeze your abs as much as you can, and when you go up, not only do you push up, but you push through. So push your head through the bar every time, making sure it's a complete straight line from your shoulders down to your feet.
As you guys can see right now, I was doing some ab work right there because it was my rest time. But since we are cutting, I'm trying to make sure to always keep my heart elevated and making sure to get that pump going and never slow down. I like to keep my workouts pretty intense. So whenever it's my rest time, I don't actually rest. I like to call it an active rest. I'm always doing a movement, either something simple like abs, just to keep my heart rate elevated while all those working set. But like I said, right now I'm about to get on the bar, and this is another variation where you guys can do it. As you guys can see, I'm not really that as strong with Aldo on this push press. So what I do like a nice little jolt up, as you guys see right now. I like jump up a little bit with my knees and make sure, obviously, land softly, and I like to bring down the weight nice and controlled. That's a way that I've been building on my strength. Whenever I can't really, it's kind of like a cheat code. You kind of cheat your way up and then just bring the weight down nice and controlled, and making sure you're feeling that blood flow going right into your shoulders. And honestly, it was a really good pump for me, and to be honest, I'm really excited to start practicing this a lot more to be able to pick up more weight.
Alright, so the next movement we actually did a tricep. The first one is the lateral side raises for your lateral delts, and there's two variations that we show. Hector shows the dumbbell variation, and here I'm showing the cable variation. With this, I like to hold on to the side railing and just make sure to push our lateral raise as far as I can, as high as I can, into contraction, and then slowly bringing down. When you're doing it with the cables, you don't want the resistance to pull you down. The next movement would be a upright row, which, like Hector is demonstrating, again, tight abs and making sure your knuckles go all the way up to your chin. And the third movement of this would be what Hector is also demonstrating, which is he'll talk about this one because this is his workout.
To be honest, I don't really have a name for this one. I just saw a movement. I saw this movement on I think it was Steve Cook that was doing it, or Colin Van Vogler. I really can't recall. But to be honest, I really like it because it really hits my rear delts real good, and I like to make sure to bring up the weight only focusing on my shoulders. Every time I work out, like I said, it's really big in this, and I always tell everyone, or someone has given me this advice too, is mind-muscle connection. Always making sure you're being focused on the muscle you're working with. So every time, like I said, every time I'm trying to hit my rear delts, I make sure to focus on my rear delts. As all you guys can see here, he's doing lateral raises. All he's focusing right there is making sure to pick up the weight and making sure he's just pulling that weight with his shoulders. And same with traps. I like to make sure to engage my traps in it to be able to lift up a decent amount of weight up, and make sure to keep it nice and controlled. So again, not just picking up weight just because you just want to lift heavy weight, because it's always better form. As you guys can see, here's another better angle of the workout that I'm showing you guys. As you guys can see, I'm working my full shoulder, but I'm squeezing when I'm all the way up, and I'm bringing them down nice and controlled as much as I can. As like you guys can see, I'm not really swinging much. I'm just making sure to bring up the weight, and always make sure to use weight that you can control.
Alright, so the next movement is the Arnold press. It's the Arnold press. And here we're using 35s. The point of this was not to cause a lot of we don't want to push much weight. Basically what we're trying to do is just have a nice steady weight that we can control with high reps, because again, the point of this is we're cutting, we're trying to keep our heart rate up. And so with this one, just make sure to keep your shoulders tight at all times, really push through that. Again, maintaining a tight core so you're not overextending at the back.
Even though I'm using lightweight, I like to go to failure. So as you can see, I do have a spotter back there just in case I might drop the weight. And again, it's another way for you guys to secure yourself. Never be ashamed of what weight you're picking up. It's not about your ego. It's always about making sure you're doing good quality reps, because that's what it's all about. Making sure you got that contraction. And right now we are doing a prep for for bodybuilding per se. This is probably honestly one of the hardest preps I've ever done, and I think Aldo can agree with that. But our calorie intakes are pretty low at times, and so we're always trying to make sure to take proper measures to make sure we take care of our body and take care of what we're doing, and always focus on just making sure to do quality over quantity, as you guys can say. Who cares how much weight you can pick up, as long as you're feeling the contraction and as long as you feel good, injury free, that's all that matters.
Alright, for this workout, this shoulder workout, we like to add some athletic movements. Again, we are cutting, which means we want to do a lot of HIIT workouts, high intensity interval time workouts. So here we have my cousin ponchissquaadd. He's gonna do some he's doing some basic farmer walk with the dumbbells, and then we have Hector who's doing push presses with 30s, and then you have me in the back doing some sledgehammers on that tire. Now the point of this is just to keep rotating 3 times and keep going no matter what. This is for time. I think we did it for about 10-15 minutes non-stop, just to get that blood flowing. There is no rest in between.
But yeah, pretty much like I said, I like to surround myself with people who are trying to be better in life, who are also trying to improve. So that's probably one of the, again, I'm going to keep repeating it almost every single video. Always find a group of people who are willing to have the same success that you are, because if you surround yourself with people who are constantly always making excuses or constantly making negative comments, you're never going to really improve yourself. Like I say, even ponchissquaadd over here, who's hitting that sledgehammer pretty hard, he's breaking that sweat. And right here we did a pretty hard HIIT workout. We did 5 blast off push-ups, and then we would sprint across the turf. And then on the other side, I think we did 5 or 10 burpees.
I think it was 5.
Yeah, I think it was 5 burpees, and we sprint back, and we did 5 total rounds of that. And to be honest, like I said, I like to compete myself with the people right next to me. I know they're trying to get the best results they can, and to be honest, like it's not really a competition where I'm better than you, but it's more of a competition where I'm gonna push myself to make sure that not only am I trying to get the best results I can, but to make sure that Aldo also pushing himself, because I know he wants to beat me just as bad as I want to beat him. But it's not just about the end result, it's about making sure we get the results we want. We just, as you guys can see, we're kind of a little bit out of breath. We just did a little HIIT workout. Today we actually did shoulders. I'm going to show you guys what we did. It's pretty good workouts. Haven't really worked out with Aldo. Like I said, we both have different training styles, but again, like we always like to represent the 80/20 Fit brand. We're all family here. We're all in this together. We're doing this cut. We're almost how many weeks are we in? 6 weeks.
6 weeks left.
6 weeks. So we're halfway there. I mean, it's been tough for both of us. I know it has been, because I mean, both of us have school, both of us have work, and we still come to the gym every single day in the morning. We're always here at 5:30 in the morning every single day, without missing a day. And like I said, just being consistent and being dedicated to what you're doing. And like I said, as long as you surround yourself with positive people today. We got Poncho back here, he's Aldo's cousin. Again, he's been really great help with us, always motivating us on Snapchat. So if you guys can, what's your Snapchat, Poncho?
Ponchissquaadd.
Go ahead.
We'll put that in the description. He's out here trying to play spelling bee. But anyways, we did a quick shoulder pump. The longest it was like 40 minutes, not including the cardio. The cardio was just to be fun, and like I said, we're cutting, so it's to get some more calories burned. But
it's a way to challenge yourself. Like I said, if you guys can see the video right now, I don't know, I like to compete myself with Aldo, because like I said, it's a friendly competition, you know, motivating each other to do better, and just challenging each other to just pretty much not be a little bitch and not give up on your workout, alright?
So we gotta end this right here though, because our director Kyle is getting mad, and he's gonna cut this out, but I'm gonna tell him not to cut it out. So thanks, Kyle, for telling us time's up. We'll see you guys in the next episode.